Well, good evening, Internet, and I do hope this finds you well. I am James Martin. You are watching JM Guitar Tuition. This is 0 Point Guitar TV, the companion video series to my book, 0 Point Guitar. Oh, yes. So, quick recap of what we've done so far. In our first episode, we learned which bit of the guitar was which and what bit of the guitar was what. We learned what the strings were, E, A, D, G, B, E, Eddie, Ed, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. We also learned a little bit about timing. We learned some simple little single note exercises just to help the fingers and the pick hand get coordinated. And then we also learned a little blues riff. And then we also learned the C and the G chords and our first three strumming patterns, the semi-breve or whole note, which is a note worth 4 beats, the minim or half note worth 2, and the quarter note or crotchet worth 1. And we learned to play them with the C and G chords. And then in our last lesson we learned the D chord, and we learned how to play a song very similar to Knocking on Heaven's Door. And another song that bears more than a passing resemblance to Lynyrd Skynyrd's Sweet Home Alabama. So if you haven't seen those lessons, then do please go back and watch them. It's going to mean that this lesson makes a great deal more sense. Okay, so in this lesson then, we are learning now the fourth of our big 5 chords. This is the A chord. And the A chord is a rather strange beast. As you can see here, everything is at the 2nd fret. I've got the 2nd fret on the D, G and B strings. I'm just going to fold the little finger out of harm's way. We're playing a chord here, we're not drinking tea. Now, the A chord can be played a variety of different ways. I actually do mine more like a classical player would. Most common fingering is this one here. Index finger on the D, middle on the G, 3rd on the B, all at the 2nd fret. I've never liked that. I put my first finger in the middle on the G string and then wrap the other 2 fingers around it. So I have the middle finger D, 3rd finger on the B. But I've also seen it done like this with the 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers. Middle finger D, 3rd finger G, little finger B. And finally I've also seen it done like this with the middle finger in the middle on the 2nd fret G, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret D, and little finger on the 2nd fret B. I've no idea why you would play an A chord like this other than to win a bet, but for some people it seems to work for them. So do feel free to experiment with the fingering on this one. I'm not going to take it as a personal insult if you don't do it the same way I do. It's the best way of doing it, but it doesn't have to be the best way for you. So as before, spend a little bit of time picking through these chords as an arpeggio, figuring out what fingering works best for you, figuring out what thumb position, of course, works best for you. There's good old camera 3 down there. And it will come as no surprise to learn that this chord, being the A chord, goes from the A string. Excuse me. Cough free all day, and then I come through a video and they, hack it like I'm bringing up oil. Okay, let's move on then, do a little bit of strumming. So I'm going to put the metronome back on, and we're going to go and do first whole note or semi-breve into half note, in more minim into quarter note or crotchet. So semi-breve, whole note once every 4 beats. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go into minim or half note once every 2 beats. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally into the crotchet or quarter notes every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fold that little finger away. There we go. Okay, so the next chord sequence that we're going to learn, this time we're going to go from G to D to A, and we're going to play a song that is similar to and inspired by, but not the same as, Lucky Man by the Verve, because I'm a child very much of the 90s. and also been used in countless other songs. As I say, this is what we would think of as a generic chord progression, the kind of chord progression you find in lots and lots of different songs, because no, not every song has to have its own unique chord progression. There are thousands and thousands of songs that are all basically the same from a chord sequence point of view. They just change the words, because music, as you will find if you follow my lessons, is an absolute con. It's nowhere near as difficult as we like to try and make out that it is. So, as before, we're going to pick through this chord sequence: G, D, and A. And I am playing, as before, 3-time arpeggios, picking the notes of each chord individually, and not playing to a beat, simply to get your fingers used to the movements they've got to make. So go through that for a couple of minutes and then come back to me when you're ready to do some strumming. You're ready to do some strumming. Excellent. Right, well, for this one we've got a half a bar of G, half a bar of D, and a whole bar of A. If you've skipped over the earlier lessons, then shame on you, but I will remind you of what a bar is. It's a group of beats, usually a group of 4 beats. Nothing that you need to worry about there, because the likelihood is you've been listening to music that is in what's called 4/4 or common time. That's 4 beats to the bar. You've been listening to that all your life, so it's going to feel weird to do it wrong. Which of course means that half a bar is 2 beats. So playing with a crotchet or quarter note rhythm, that's once on each beat. I'm going to play 2 beats of G, 1, 2, 2 beats of D, 3, 4, and 4 beats of A. 1, 2, 3, 4. So get used to strumming that on your own, and then we'll try and do it with the metronome when you're ready. You're back. Excellent. Right, so what I've done now, because we've improved a little bit, I'll put the metronome slightly quicker than I did last lesson. We're now on 45 beats per minute. But again, speed up, slow down as suits you. You should feel like you could play faster if you were really trying. You should be able to visualize the next chord and how you're going to get there. If you can't do that, that means you are playing too fast for yourself. So just back it up, slow it down. There's no rush. You're not going to be playing Wembley for the next couple of weeks. So let's take the time, let's invest that time, and let's get this right from the get-go. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Right. So having got that sorted out with your metronome, and now I'm going to pull up the backing track from 0 Point Guitar, available from all good stockists, well, probably, certainly available from Amazon, certainly available from Lulu, and also on eBay, which I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, but nonetheless. So here we are. Here's our backing. 2, 3, 4. And there we go. So I'm going to leave proceedings there for now. That's us sorted out for today. So well done, guys. If you're enjoying this so far, then please do let me know. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. Let me know anything that you do like, anything that could be improved, any suggestions you've got. I'm not going to know about it unless you tell me. And yeah, I will leave things there then, and I will see you in the next one. All right, all the best. Take care.